What's a social norm that you don't understand? What's a social norm that you don't understand?
Not putting shit back when you're shopping.
As a salesperson in a clothing store, pretty much 80% of my work is to clean after all the customers and throw away a lot of stuff because it's been broken or ripped open. Thanks for pointing out.
I know people who worked retail for 9 years. I've heard some stories, lol.
That's not a social norm. That's just sheer laziness.
I'm not lying when I say this, but I went shopping a couple weeks ago, and saw a shirt and a pair of pants in the freezer at Walmart.
I'd rather see a shirt and a pair of pants in the freezer than a pizza and a tub of ice cream in the men's clothing department.
This is one that gets my blood boiling fast.
Grind culture and a fetish with productivity.
I hate how if you say you have a hobby, everyone tells you how to monetize it. I like taking random photos of nature. I just randomly walk around on nice days, and if I see a flower that I think is pretty, I take a photo. If I see a bunch of trees in blossom mode, I take a shot. If I did this for money, then it wouldn't be fun because they'd say they want a picture of roses, and it'd better be pink ones, or that we need it 2 hours from now. Monetizing things make hobbies suck. Everyone seems to be obsessed with money now. I code for a living, but I also like to do side projects with things I'm interested in. Whenever I tell my friends or my parents about one of these projects, their first response is, "Oh, you should patent/license/sell this," which serves as a good reminder to go copy-paste the MIT license everywhere I can in the code. Why can't people do things for fun or share their cool interests with others without monetizing it?
I heard a very talented singer-songwriter play at a friend's house. I was like, why don't you start promoting yourself, get online, go to Nashville? He was like, nah, I enjoy this too much to ruin it.
Grind culture? Do I even want to know?
Hey there, could you please make sure you are subscribed? Thank you.
Nothing weird like that. Just always committing yourself to the grind or constantly working. Usually for your employer, but some people seem to think that any downtime at all is a bad thing.
Eye contact. I'm not on the spectrum, but I find it weird and difficult. Makes no sense to me since it's the mouth talking. Why are we just staring into someone's eyes while their mouth talks? I realize we talk with our eyes, but we talk with our entire face and also our hands and body language. Staring into each other's eyes when talking is just weird and it makes discussion difficult. I'm constantly taking great care to ensure that I'm looking into their eyes, but not too much because that would be creepy, but also not too little because they'll either think I'm disinterested or that I'm weird. I'm so focused on this trivial societal norm that I can't fully formulate my thoughts because my mind is so occupied with nonsense.
Do you not get any information when you look at someone's eyes? I feel the situation more with eye contact.
Eye contact can tell you stuff sometimes. But it depends on who you're talking to. Some people have false personas so practiced you'll only ever get what they want you to have. I give consistent eye contact mainly to indicate that I'm paying attention to the conversation. Sometimes my face might do a thing and then you might think you know what I'm thinking, but you'd usually be wrong. It really annoys me when people profile others' personalities based on what they think they are detecting. If it's between work colleagues or acquaintances, I feel like eye contact tells you less than if it's between close friends.
Yes, same. I get distracted having to think about maintaining or not maintaining eye contact. You're probably a serial killer.
No, psychopaths are known for their cold piercing stares. They can win any staring contest because their zero empathy means intense eye contact doesn't faze them.
STFU eye contact is weird and unnecessary LMAO. The serial killer vibe is from people like you who enjoy eye contact.
I'm autistic myself, and I'm convinced this is nothing more than a social custom, with no actual basis in necessity. I almost literally never look people in the eye when I'm speaking to them, and if they notice, they don't say anything. My two best friends are either autistic too, or just very autism-like in several ways, and we will literally look off to the side when talking to each other. It detracts nothing. Eye contact serves no purpose other than to assert dominance. My mind cannot be changed on this, because I am right. End of story.
I think you contradicting yourself a bit. This is nothing more than a social custom with no actual basis in necessity. Okay. Maybe. Eye contact serves no purpose other than to assert dominance. You are now describing a purpose. Particularly if we're talking about evolutionary purpose. Asserting dominance is how animals attract mates and get food. If you want to argue it's no longer a necessity, sure. But it's definitely based in necessity.
Staring into each other's eyes when talking is just weird, and it makes discussion difficult. Normal conversation doesn't have you staring into each other's eyes with a baleful glare. The listener watches the speaker, and the speaker splits time between glancing at the listener and looking elsewhere. Normally you also watch both eyes and mouth most of the time. When viewing a speaker, eye tracking studies show quite a strong effect for this. You get a lot of nonverbal cues from this, and you are getting information from the whole face when you're focused on just the eyes or mouth. A speaker consistently staring into a listener's eyes is usually only done to intensify the conversation, love, anger, importance, etc., and isn't the norm for casual conversation.
If I was telling someone about my day and they were looking down the whole time, I'd just stop talking.
I had speech therapy for several years when I was a kid. They were super big in making me do eye contact. I had a boss who complained about it too. I don't like it. Why can't people accept that?
Talking on a speaker phone at the loudest volume in a quiet public space.
Hey, my friend, we appreciate your support and would love it if you could BOOP the like button.
Also applies for music without headphones in public.
I think those people just do that a lot. I don't think most people think that's non-annoying, appropriate behavior.
Lawn mowing on a Saturday morning.
If I'm mowing Saturday morning, it's because it'll be over 80 in the afternoon that day. The social norm is more so, I don't want to cook myself.
R/no lawns.
It's 80 to the power of O, in part due to the monoculture perfect lawns. At least you have not laminated your space under a shitty sheet of green hairy plastic.
This is South Texas. If I wait until noon, it will be like a blast furnace and the sun will be full strength. Besides, I have lots to do on weekends and I want to get that shit done early and move on.
Having to mow the lawn is a dogma people follow blindly. What does happen if you stop mowing the lawn? Will the world come to an end? I have my doubts.
I lived in an old Victorian house that was converted to apartments, while the rest of the neighborhood was single-family homes. We renters and homeowners hated each other, and one major point of contention was lawns. Those assholes would fire up those damn things every goddamn Saturday at 8 a.m. right as the noise ordinance would allow it, and it was like the fucking start of the Indy 500. I didn't need an alarm clock, because at 8 a.m. everyone in the building would be awake because of that. I hate lawns. They're sterile and bland looking and have a pretentious look to them, and serve no actual purpose. I'd rather just have gravel everywhere, and not deal with constant maintenance. Hell, I'd rather just pave it over and be done with it. I don't understand the fascination that people have with this grass that they are wasting so much time on.
I think mowing lawn is some addiction. You know, when the first dude starts the engine, soon after he finished, the next guy walks out of his home to start his machine. This goes to 8 p.m. here on a Saturday. Don't forget they only mow the lawn on nice weather, laughing face.
I'm showing incredible restraint by waiting until morning. I'm an overnight shift worker. My Saturday morning begins at 9 p.m. Friday night. If I mowed at my convenience, I'd be doing it at midnight.
No doubt the house next to us has a guy who comes to mow at 7 a.m. on Saturdays.
I don't know if it's a rule, but my mom used to tell me, don't try to do it when I did something wrong, which always confused me, because I needed to try to do it.
That's not a social norm, your mom is just Yoda. Also, right, your mom is. Do, or do not. There is no try.
That's wrong. A. Not trying and not doing is different than B. Trying and not doing. You can try to do something and not succeed. Trying and doing are not the same thing. You have to try to do something in order to do it. If you don't try, you can't ever do it.